As a look does go long and over the top to Foxcroft. This set, Brendan Gus picks up, goes into the in-goal area. Skinner try to keep up with him and links up out on the right-hand side of the field. Flicks it around behind the beer. Well, that is unbelievable. Zanika Tanamu plays it, fifth and final touch. Tanamu takes him on herself. Wow.
Well, we're into prelim finals tonight here at the Metro Cup. It's do or die football with grand final spots on the line. And just to add a little bit more drama into this evening, storms rolling through here in southeast Queensland this afternoon, and rain is coming down at the moment. In our opening match in men's premier, we've got the Country Club Colts taking on the UQ Rebels for the opportunity to face Redlands tomorrow night in the grand final. That'll be followed by the Redlands team taking on the Southern Storm, with the UQ Rebels waiting at tonight's winner in the women's premier. Let's take a look at tonight's team list. Doug Mackey joins me in commentary. And Doug, as we take a look at the lineup for the Country Club Colts tonight, they were just one step away from getting into the grand final last week, going down by one try to Redlands. A huge hurdle in front of them tonight against the Rebels, and they've got a couple of key outs.
Yeah, a couple of big outs tonight. They've lost Hayden Moffat and Alex Condon, two of their key midfield players, so they're really going to have to step up tonight. As you said, Scotty, wet conditions out there, so field position and ball security will be key tonight.
Let's take a look at the UQ Rebels lineup for tonight. A big win for them over the Southern Storm in the knockout semi-final last Friday night. It puts them in a position to lock in a grand final replay again this season. Jake Notley is out for the team tonight, but a very strong outfit again.
Yeah, another big out, Jake Notley, as you say, Scotty. So, it's wet weather footy, and it's really going to be about controlling that ball. As I said, a little bit more rain forecast. Just looking out, we can see it's still coming down relatively heavy at the moment. So let's see what they've got prepared for us.
Let's take a look at tonight's key player matchup and two absolute stars of the game. Dylan Hennessy from the Country Club Colts and Lockie Pearce. This is a heavyweight battle in the middle.
Love Lockie Pearce, love Dylan Hennessy, two veterans, as you say. They're just going to be leading these troops around tonight, respectively, for both of these teams. And their veteran presence, the cool heads, will prevail, I'm sure.
Now let's take a look at the road to the prelim final tonight for both of these two teams. The Colts finished in second position, just 1 point behind Redlands after the regular season. As mentioned, they went down by just the one try against Redlands last Friday night in the grand final qualifier. They actually led by 2 tries going into the halftime break of that game. For the Rebels, they finished in third position at the end of the regular season. Big 9-4 victory over the Southern Storm last Friday night to progress through to tonight's prelim. These two teams have played each other twice in the regular season, with both teams chalking up a victory each. The Colts won 7-4 in round 3. The Rebels returned serve 9-7 in round 8. Grand final worthy match tonight between these two teams. It's a bit of a toss of the coin for me.
We were talking about it off air. You're predicting a close one, and I think there's only going to be 1 or 2 tries in it here. I am tipping the Colts.
Ooh, there it is on the line for Dougie. He's going for the Colts. I think the Rebels have got a real red-hot chance in this one. The wet weather conditions as well just brings it back down to ground a little bit as well. But we've seen it throughout the set. There has been a few rounds where there has been a little bit of wet weather getting around. They're still playing dry weather footy out there. We've had a lot of rain here this afternoon, though, with that storm rolling through. I think it might be a different scenario tonight as we get underway with the Colts' first touch of the footy. And a nice conservative start. You just want to complete this set, get a feel for it in these wet conditions as Hennessy goes out the back. And looking to link up with David Sen, who scored a phenomenal try last week in that grand final qualifier in their first set of the game. And it doesn't come off for them this time around.
Straight into the action there, Hennessy, just controlling things in the middle. Well known for his passing game as the Rebels now work towards their end of the field.
Bell goes to Lupton. The English international lining up again tonight. Now Kalen in the half. They got all their numbers. Lupton there takes it on the 360 spin and a big touch made on the line.
Thought there might have been a 6 again there, but obviously no hand touched the ball.
It was Verenkamp out on that far side having to come in. Beautiful hands in wet weather condition there from Lupton, who should be pretty familiar with these type of conditions coming from over in the UK. There was no drama for him reeling that ball in now as we see Matters skip across field. Comes to Ward, who links off with a wide through the middle. Adams rips out long. Butler comes back on the inside. It was play on up until that point. They almost squeezed through. And the Rebels, they hold out and defend their line and get the footy back on their 7.
Nice ball movement there from the Colts, and that's where you want to leave it too, particularly in wet weather footy. Down on the 7, away from the opposition box.
Madden cops the shot. As Jordan Bell will head over for a breather. Streeter onto the field as the changes come on. Lockie Pearce, the man we made mention of in the intro tonight. Streeter picks up and goes and just puts the wheels down to the floor, looking for some support. There's Rebels players down on the deck, and it didn't look like they got that one down cleanly. And they've opened them up early here, and off the back there is Streeter showing great pace.
Lovely footwork from Streeter, just cut straight through the line. They couldn't manage to finish it off there, unfortunately, the Rebels.
It was Jackson going through, Nick in the lineup tonight, 24 and 25 for the Rebels. Colts make some changes as Bartz gets them down just over the halfway line, coming to the last. Hennessy takes it right to the line. There's protests here for a repeat set, and they will get it.
Yeah, both referees signals their hand up in the air, 6 touch, and that's really good field position now for the Colts as Bartz will get us back underway.
Now 3 refs tonight, Campbell Muir, Matt Lavery, who's on field, and Zach Jenrick on our commentary box side. At the moment, as Bart sweeps around, gets down nice and early, and Lavery will say touch, and there's big groans here in the Colts box in front of us.
He was right on the spot there, Lavery. Made that signal, touch was made.
And that's the go tonight in these wet weather conditions. If you can get down low, the grass will get you there. Hennessy goes link ball, and they juggle it coming into the line.
Second time they've run that play for Hennessy. He's obviously looking for somebody to run a hole there.
Here's Eddie. Let's him over the halfway line.
Very vocal down here in the Colt box too.
Now coming into the last. Lupton goes long. Out to Foxcroft. They're going to be tough ones to take tonight. And just gives these teams an opportunity to get a few breaths into the lung. Frenetic start as expected. Conditions not holding them back at the moment. Now Hooper, who comes back into the lineup tonight. Might even be his first game in the Prems for the Colts tonight. As mentioned, no Moffat. Condon out of the lineup as well. Now Ward. Flatten hard out to Jonte.
That was nice from the UQ winger there, Nick Foxcroft. Came in and shut that down. Colts had an open player on the wing. Nicely done.
Streeter gets it down just shy of the Colts 10-metre line. And Jordan Bell comes back in, coming into the last now. They go short.
Two teams just feeling each other out here at the moment. Just working their way up and down the midfield. A couple of chances both ways.
And Adams coming back in again, coming off the hands there of the Rebels. Callum Bell throwing the hands up, questioning the call, but it's a repeat set here to the Colts.
Yeah, they might look to set up Tyler Ward. He's known for his left to right pass here as he works with Hennessy in the middle.
Here's Dylan Matters gets it down. Jonte Brown feeds it early. Hennessy. He comes back to Brown. He's had a lot of early touches already, has Dill. Here he goes again. This time left. Threads it in behind the defensive line. It was a nice touch coming from outside in. And close out the set.
Yeah, again, really nice defence there from the Rebels. They're not showing them too much at the moment. Both teams, again, just in that little holding pattern, just working their way up and down, looking for that chance to strike.
Madden down on the last little lollipop there. And it's going to be a penalty here to the Rebels.
He did look to be offside there, Tiny, and Campbell Muir has pinged him for offside, so this is a good attacking opportunity now for the Rebels. They looked a bit short on some of their 7 metres, the Colts, so they'll have to watch that. Don't want to be giving away penalties, particularly around the 7 metres.
And he comes back in field to Riley Madden. He comes out to Pearce. Madden releases. Hennessy. Comfortable touch made there from the right link. Riley Madden scoots with the right hand. Sharp footwork getting in behind the Colts defensive line. He threads it out the back. There's been a couple of opportunities for the Rebels. They've got in behind that defensive line, and the Colts, they just can't nail that final pass at the moment.
It's really going to be hard to link up with those players in these conditions. They're slipping, falling over.
Out to Butler. Courtney comes up to make the touch. A really good little battle on the flanks tonight. Bartz gets him back in the midfield. Hooper coming into the last as Bartz has got all his numbers out on the right. Nice looping ball. And Berenkamp, his court possession, is going to come back in the middle for a penalty. Forward passes the call from referee Lavery.
Nice set from the Colts, though. They started off as a driving to the box and they finished up with a chance to score. That's exactly what you want as Campbell Muir blows the penalty for the UQ.
So grand final spot on the line for one of these two teams. Redlands, they await them, looking to go back to back. They're sitting at home at the moment in comfort, in the dry, watching these two teams go toe-to-toe, and they'll be hoping this one goes all the way through. Bit of extra time as well. Who knows if this time Lupton again almost dancing his way in between defenders. He's gone a whisker away of scoring 2 tries, hasn't come up with one as of yet. A nice release out to Bartz. As Adams gets it down and heads over to the box as well. Glacken releases to Sen. Flat ball back to Glacken. It's more than flat.
They've got it.
There's a few groans there from the Rebels. The referees confirm and Jenrick blows the penalty.
Pass looked a bit suspicious and all these refs are mic'd up too. So just a quick little glance over the sideline and you might get that call, forward pass. Important to get those decisions right, particularly in a game like this.
Yeah, high stakes tonight. Now Eddie gets it to Pearce. Eddie in half, all the numbers on the left. Eddie takes it right to the line again. Another penalty, touch and pass this time, and Sen taps and he's back on the races.
Rebels looking the more dangerous of the two sides with multiple chances to score as Pearce comes in to make the touch. So they've just got a slight edge, I think, at the moment over the Colts. They found a few more gaps in the defence.
And a penalty late. Caleb Matters copying the shot.
Yeah, unlucky from UQ, just getting jammed up in that touch a little bit. But a fresh chance now with Hennessy.
And Dylan on the run as well, taking them on. And the young legs of Streeter coming across to make the touch. Now Brown. He's dangerous here and will get in underneath. So all the momentum felt like it was with the Rebels. They've had a couple of really good, genuine opportunities to score, but it's the Colts who open up proceedings tonight.
Against the run and play, like you say, we sort of saw that unfolding. You could see what was going to happen here. Just a quick bounce-out play. UQ player did not make it to the line, and that's a great
we'll
call.
Get
that
in
nice. Sliding across the line, Campbell Muir blows the try. Colts go up 1-0.
Halfway through the first half as well. Now Bauer trying to burrow in underneath those offside players.
Where was that touch made? That must have been dumped just outside the 7. Looked to be short. UQ want to strike back here.
And they're going to get marched upfield as well. Turning the footy straight back to the Colts. Risky ball, and then the second one was even riskier from Bartz. And they give the footy straight back here to the Rebels.
Just a bit too eager trying to get to their substitutions there. The Colts, a fresh opportunity now for UQ.
Now the Madden brothers, ooh, just couldn't pick it up cleanly. Again, these tricky conditions, rain still falling here at Whites Hill at the moment. Now the Colts.
The commentator's curse.
Bang.
First one tonight.
Another really good opportunity here for the Rebels. Looking to get on the board here in the prelim. They're dancing around at the moment. Early release, Madden off the left foot. And the weight of possession in the end too much. Repeat sets on the line. And Jacob Madden rolls over to get there first.
That's the hit back they needed. UQ, as you said, Scotty, repeat possessions. Just drawing those players out. Sen makes the touch. The inside play doesn't have the long studs in. And UQ reply. 1-1 in this preliminary final.
And these conditions are set up for a player like Jacob Madden. And that footwork and speed at the line, so hard to defend and change direction. In tricky wet conditions, as Hennessy this time rips out. Butler almost backs his way into the line. And contact has been made though from one of the co-captains, James Courtney.
Always been a solid defender, Courtney, renowned for his attacking prowess and finishing on the wing. But an underrated defender as well.
He's been camped on this right-hand side of the field. More than likely stay on for the duration of the first half. And back him to do the same for the second 20 as well. Now they need to truck forward again. As Lupton straightens them up coming into the last. Bauer, oof, you'd like to have that one again.
Nothing controversial about that one. That was forward, but Zach Jenrick has picked up a penalty. I think we may have had offside players in the middle. Yep, and that's the call. They didn't need that, the Colts, right now.
So playing the advantage. The offside penalty blown. No half in place here for the Rebels. Now reset. Now the Streeters working short side diving ball. Avery will send them back.
They need to make sure they keep going up to make these touches, the Colts. They don't want to give away another penalty here.
And Jackson Street left foot and in between two Colts defenders, and he sings it back to halfway. Quality finish. Jackson Streeter scores. The Rebels go back to back, and they're in front for the first time in the game.
This is nice. Deceptive work here. Lovely footwork, as you said, from Streeter. Offside players in the middle. Balls across the line. Lovely finish.
So Rebels in front here in this prelim final. Matters the Barts. Wide short of the 7. A short side. And contact made there from Madden. And the Colts will finish it off in their corner. Let's see how the Rebels come out of their line. Madden throws the dummy. Now Belt goes direct on the second. And Jacob Madden follows suit. They're keeping their 6 on here at the moment. Now Jordan Bell makes his way over to the sideline. A pretty good set to roll downfield here for the Rebels. Madden, nice link ball. Heady can't get a contact on it.
Nice setup and good field position there for UQ. Just couldn't quite finish. Rain appears to have dropped off a little bit. I think we've got clear conditions now. As Butler drives forward, they get fresh troops on now, the Colts. Ken Adams will sweep around here.
Well, Sen took a little deflection there and it's gone forward off his fingertips into the hands of Glacken. Glacken looks like he's hobbling a little bit out there as well. We said a little bit light on troops, so we'll keep one eye on him. Defending in the middle at the moment. Now Bauer. He's making a couple of changes still here, UQ. Lupton onto the park. He'll make his way into the middle. And here he is, ball in hand. It's been a strong start for him here in the first half. Bell, short ball. Was it held on to? The touch has been claimed there from Glacken. Big touch defending the line. Sen goes forward on the first. And Streeter up nice and early. And a little bit of confusion there again from the Colts. So we've seen probably about 3 or 4 sets here in this first half turn the footy over as they transition towards their box.
Seems like such a simple thing to get right. You just need to stick those passes, particularly heading out of your defensive sector.
Streeter on the 7, gets it back. It's Jackson again. Seen him get one already tonight. Put the hand into the ball into the left hand. Almost slipped in behind them again. Now Jordan Bell gets it back from his brother Kalen. And pretty comfortable in defence on the line. And they're the Colts. Now Bryant on the first. They want to be clean this time around. They want to give the footy back to UQ with just over 3 to go here in the first half. They're down by 1 at the moment, the Colts. Prelim final to get into tomorrow night's GF against Redlands. Beautiful ball. And Bart sends a lovely ball out to Butler. Great footy from the Colts to hit back and get their second and to lock us up.
Much better set, that one from the Colts. They just drove out of the box and Hennessy picks up, quick survey. And Bart's lovely release on that ball. Butler goes into score. Locked up now, once again. Some of the senior players for the Colts encouraging their troops. As UQ look to hit back now.
Oh, Madden, that had to go forward, did it? Play on's the call. Must have just squeezed out of the hands backwards. Now Pierce, a beautiful flat ball in at the line. And Eddie just couldn't quite get that final pass to Courtney. Beautiful ball playing. And there from Lockie Pierce.
Nice ball from Pierce, but equally good defence as well, just pressing up off the line.
And pushing up again here. Trying to stop this roll from the Colts. They've recovered nicely here, Country Club. As Hooper gets it down. Hennessy, nice link ball, little battle, and just can't quite get there off the hands there of Ward.
Trying to run that same play again. Forward pass this time. But encouraging signs for the Colts.
Wood Adams just a step or two short. Trying to get up nice and early. Put this pressure on. Minute and a half to go here in the first half. Scores locked up in the prelim final. Now Bauer takes the juggle. Madden comes back to Bauer. And Jordan Bell from half. They came up nice and early there, the Colts. And it was good scramble defence in the end to make the touch and close out the set. As Adams comes up on the second. Jordan Bell's there to make the touch. Bartz gets him over the halfway line. Under 60 seconds to go.
Here comes Hennessy.
In from half. Dylan looks at options. Lollipops over the top. Courtney was there to take it. It was just a little deflection off the end of Bartz. And got it away from him. 35 seconds to go. This will be the last set here of the second half.
Barring any errors. And we've got plenty of momentum with the Colts. Can they get a turnover and a chance to score?
Working hard for meters here though in this set. It's good defensive effort. As Jackson Streeter gets nice roll in coming in. Nick picks up and goes. They were onside to make the touch.
Nice defence there. The Colts defender just held their space, made the touch when he was onside. Here goes Hennessy again. He's been very active. Caught at half, but the siren goes to finish us up.
And scores locked up at 2 tries apiece. Took a while for both teams. Well, they came out all guns blazing, even though they had those wet conditions to face there in the opening stages. Took about 10 minutes until we start to get our first points on the board, but as expected, tight contest here.
Both teams worked into the game nicely. Nice to see us all locked up as well. Can't wait to see what the second half has in store.
Yeah, so halftime score here in the prelim final. Grand final spot on the line tomorrow night. Scores locked up, 2 tries apiece.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation, and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Sill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try. And it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.
Halftime here in the men's prelim finals. Scores locked up at 2 tries apiece between the Colts and the Rebels. Really tough conditions tonight with the storms and rain rolling through late this afternoon, and rain only just stopping there during the first half as well, so making conditions pretty tricky this evening. We're looking to the Country Club Colts box. Their coach, Chris Loth, giving those final instructions. 20 minutes to try and make the grand final tomorrow night and have one more crack at the Redlands team, who they went down to in the grand final, qualified last Friday.
Yeah, Chris Loth just getting those troops together, laying down the law. We've already heard from Hennessy and Barnes. Just named a few of those key pointers that are going to get them home in the second half.
We'll take over to the Rebels side of the field as well. They'll be pretty happy with that first 20-minute performance. And well and truly in this game. You can see one of their young guns there on the crutches, Blaze Prendergast. The foot in the moon boot as well, which is not good to see. Few teams coming towards the back end of the season picking up a few injuries, which is not ideal, but they've still got plenty of quality players that fill those spots, and they're up into their necks into it in this game, that's for sure.
Both teams have got a couple of key players out, but their teammates are standing up and performing in this game as the Colts come together.
So coming up next as well, Women's Premier Prelim, Redlands taking on the Southern Storm. Redlands going down to the UQ Rebels last Friday night. The Rebels will wait tonight's winner, Southern Storm. Good hit back from them. They came into the finals last week off a 3-loss in a row situation. They got the victory over the Country Club Colts to take on Redlands tonight and have another opportunity to progress through to the Metro Cup finals. Colts are out on the field. Rebels, they're on their way as well. 20 minutes separates these two teams to see who's going to progress through to the big GF. You made the call earlier, Dougie. Who'd you go with?
I went with the Colts. This one.
Colts for Doug Mackey to get through to the grand final. It's been a couple of years between drinks for the Colts since they've been there. They were probably the red-hot favourites to make it, or be one of those teams to make it last year in a shock exit in round 1 to Redlands. And saw them go straight out the back door They've got another opportunity tonight to have a crack at Redlands tomorrow. And like we said, what a perfect situation for Redlands to be in. We're getting tonight off, having this game, and then having to bounce back another 24 hours later in the grand final tomorrow night. And they'll be hoping, like we said, this one goes to extra time.
Yeah, it's a nice reward to win in week one, get that week off, and your opposition's playing 2 games in 24 hours.
Yeah, that's good defence there on the line from David Sen. Riley Madden picked up and went. And Sen just stuck with him, and as soon as his feet were on that line, stuck the hand out and made the touch.
Thought he had the penalty there for throwing the ball away, pleading for it, but no, it's just a roll ball. Lucky to get away with that one, Rebels.
Here's Adams, who arcs back towards his sideline. It's tricky conditions on this sideline, this sub box as well. A lot of water around the sideline and just on the other side of the box fence as well. So the Rebels probably definitely got the advantage, winning the toss and choosing the box over the far side of the field. Another error from the Colts sees the Rebels get the footy back here. We saw that in the first half, a few mistakes coming out of their end. There's now Pearce, lets it sing out to James Courtney, and the perfect start for the Rebels here in the second half. And they're first on the board and they're back in front.
This is nice from the Rebels. That man we mentioned at the start of the game, Pearce, veteran head. You can see him just setting up here. Just picks up again, quick survey, lovely, lovely ball out to the winger James Courtney with one of his patented finishes. Early strike from the Rebels, 3-2. Colts. Yep, Colts now with Hennessy just lurking out here on the right length position.
And they come back to Bryant. He does get it down to Hennessy, picks up. Oh, lovely ball coming into the line, and Hooper. Desperation defence on the line. Well, he was everywhere for them in the first half, Hennessy, and he started the second in pretty similar fashion. That was a lovely late ball. Now he puts the footwork on himself, gets a bump ball coming back. It comes off the head of one of the Streeter boys, not played at. And he's looking dangerous as we take a look at the replay. Look, that is a great ball. Good touch there from Jordan Bell. It was pretty comfortable in the end. And here's Jordan Bell again this time. Rolling forward, and there's a loose boot in there. Verenkamp over on the far side.
Some disagreement from the Colts box here, but we'll play on.
And the conditions have just completely cleared up. It almost feels like it hasn't been raining at all. The ground definitely still slippery underfoot out there.
There was actually some mist rolling across the field at halftime. Oh, another error from the Colts. They're not doing themselves any favours here. A couple of early ones in this second half. Just gifting the Rebels' position here in the middle of the field.
Well, they really need to tidy that aspect up. They cannot continue to give cheap possession back to the Rebels. It's going to be a penalty here as well. Caleb Bell is trying to burrow his way into the line.
Colts defender was offside there.
And Tyler Ward's got the forced substitution here as well.
Deemed a deliberate offside by Campbell Muir.
He's got a long way to travel to get to the box, so they've got a 6-on-5 advantage at the moment as Bart sprints his way onto the line. He'll hold the wing position at the moment, which forces Butler to go in and defend in the link, but he comes up and makes the touch.
Nice strike off the line there from Butler.
He ended up holding nicely. He had one little look out and try and switch and go back out to his wing, but Bart's he kept him into position and he made the touch. Now early release Courtney had a look at it. It was out in front of him. Hits him on the chest there. I think he might have gone over for another try.
Again, you can see what they were doing. Nice scramble, though, from the Colts. Managed to shut them down. Looking dangerous here, the Rebels.
Now Glacken releases to Bartz. Changes, coming in around behind their 10-metre line. They're working hard for metres here, but they've maintained the football this time around as Jonte Brown tries to thread it into the line. He didn't punch too far downfield, but it's a set completed. It's the next best result for them. They'll turn into a defensive mindset now here, the Colts.
I just want to focus on hanging onto that ball and attack. The Colts, I think it's just the next few sets, just get some nice field position, get that chance to strike on the fifth.
Jordan Bell didn't have too many options to work with. Dylan shows and goes, picks up good meters. Matters over the halfway line. Now they're getting some purchase coming forward, the Colts. Starting to swing their way a little bit more in this set as Sen gets it down. Hennessy just loops it across. Foxcroft coming in from the wing. They make the touch if it was held on to. Much better set there from the Colts.
Took the words right out of my mouth. That was a fantastic set from the Colts. Just drove straight up the field. Ball. So, look out.
Now they put the pressure back on the Rebels. Madden was deciding to hold and maybe come back down the Colt side of the field for a little away set. And Foxcroft wasn't aware to the situation. And it's the Rebels coming up with a mistake.
It's going to be those little 1%ers for both sides in these conditions.
Brown, nice ball. Penalty given.
There's been a few offside penalties for both sides on the line tonight. You're going to have to watch that. They don't want to lose any players through a forced sub or a bin.
Hooper working with Jonte Brown.
You can hear the referee there, Zach Jenrick, saying play on for offside players, and then he called them on now. Touch was made. That was nicely done.
Now Bart's on the sweep off the left foot. Oh, Tim Bart's Queensland Men's Open, Australian Mixed Open captain, showing his leadership right there to lock it back up.
Talked about those offside defenders, and that's exactly what we have here for the Rebels. See Bart's come sweeping around. Ball's dumped right on the 7. No chance there, 2 feet to the line. That's a lovely dive. Nice reach from Bart's there.
And Pearce gets it off the sweep, comes back to Riley Madden. He tries to dance his way out of trouble. There is a penalty given again. Glacken having a chat with referee Matt Lavery. Still having a few words. Lavery gets things back underway. Madden again down as Pearce early releases to Jordan Bell. They sends there to make the touch. Such a good defender on the line. David Sen this time throws it in. It was interesting.
Strong touch.
Yeah, but it looked like the ball was coming out of the hands as he was getting it down. I was pretty happy with that. Would have been interesting to see what the call would have been if he held on to it coming into the ruck. But from here, could be wrong. It looked like possession was starting to come out.
That's a fair point, Scotty. I think he's probably lost that ball as he's going into the touch. He's copped a strong shot, and it's looked worse than what it is.
And Matters down. That ball's rolling around all over the place. And intensity starting to lift again here from both teams, and there might be a little bit of frustration starting to creep in. Cool. Oh, now that looked like a bit of hooking. Play on's the call. Yeah, interesting there. I just saw referee Campbell Muir as well, who transitioned out there, had a little quick word, I think, to Riley Madden as he made his way over to the box.
Don't hook, I think, with the instructions.
I think it would have been pretty clear. Coming into the last now, Jacob Madden, very sharp, sends it back across, and that ball looks like it's down. You betcha it is. James Courtney coming in from the wing. And it was one of those ones where it looked like there was a Colt defender there, but Courtney just gets it down. He just lost him for a quick second. You'll see it here on the replay. Look at Jonte, he's there. Courtney, too sharp.
Caught the defenders napping there. Jonte Brown wasn't expecting that ball to come. And James Courtney, Johnny on the spot. As with so many times before, and the Rebels go back in front.
Second try to James Courtney, both in the second half. He's got both of their second half tries. They get them up again by 1, 4-3 Rebels in front. And there's going to be a penalty. And it was the man that set that last try up there, Jacob Madden. He's just checking with the sideline referee. He was the one that got called back. He obviously didn't hear the call.
I was about to say lovely strike up off the line.
Oh, but gee whiz, that's pretty close again. Lavery will send him back.
But he's just a bit too eager there, I think, Madden. Another shot from Bart's here.
Short ball to Hennessy, early release to Bryant. Oh, it's a tricky one.
Yeah,
it looks,
again, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it was losing footing, I think, there, Max Bryant. Again, these really tricky, slippery conditions.
He was off balance and received a strong touch. If this is dry weather footy, that's just play on, unfortunately.
Now Brown dancing. Jordan Bell's there to make the touch. Lupton in support.
Hennessy going to work here now for the Colts. They'll receive the ball back and go long.
Oh, it's a good ball. And Pearce was up out of the line. Outstretched arm, and he got a little deflection on that as well. Oh, Dylan juggling it. Slippery footy. Holds it. And now he goes to sing it early. With touches still to work with. Might have been a missed opportunity.
Very active early in the second half, Hennessy. He's had his hands on everything.
The Rebels take their time and get their sets started. They've got the luxury of being down there, the sub-box side of the field. So 2 touches, and they can get some changes on to the park. There's Riley Madden, plays it just shy of the halfway line, and they're going to get a relieving penalty.
Offside there, I think, matters. Just going sideways, taking that tracking angle, not deep enough. Rebels now will set up.
There's Bauer. Right foot gets away from the first. And Bryant has to come back and make the touch.
Second guessing these defenders with that hot stepping in the middle.
Oh, just almost running into each other, but still creating space and numbers here, the Rebels. Wow. It looked like it was falling apart for them. Just a little bit of sharp ball work. And they cross over, and now they're in front by 2.
Something out of nothing here from the Rebels.
It looked like it was done there. And Bell was just throwing a few words towards Madden. He did a great job to get himself out of it and then find the overlap in the space down here on the left. It might have been a play move the whole time. Who knows?
And 2 tries is a significant margin in this game, particularly heading into the second half. In these conditions, they'll want to be the next to score, the Colts. Again, a little bit of momentum, again back with the Rebels.
Here's Pearce. Looks at options. And they presented a nice defensive line there, the Colts. And strong in the middle. Pearce just trying to get himself out of trouble. And looped one back across, and there was no one there for UQ in support. Butler will come in field as the Colts make changes. Hennessy throws it with one hand as Hooper gets it down. Now Ward, great ball to Butler, who did a great job to take it. And a good defence as well there from the Rebels. Good footy on both sides of the park. Here's Madden. As Pearce follows. And Jacob Madden back onto the field. He's lit him up a couple of times throughout this game. It's a clean look here from half. Sends it across. Dylan Hennessy. He took 2 intercepts last week. This time he releases straight away. Gets back on the inside in support. Sends it across to Butler. That is an amazing try from the Colts.
Well, what a lovely ball movement. Hennessy took a couple of intercepts last week, and he's picked one out at exactly the right time here for the Colts.
Well, just hold up here a quick second because we haven't got it awarded. We eventually will. We're taking a look at the replay. The referees are going to blow the try in the background as we speak.
Question over that pass, I think, but they're happy with it.
The presence there from Dylan. Yeah, complete different situation last week. He took those intercepts and went off, but probably didn't have the support to work with. This time a wide off his shoulder and to hold his space now as the Colts get it back straight away from the restart. And all of a sudden, they're down on the scoreboard, but momentum riding heavy here with the Colts.
It's a seesawing affair right now, isn't it? And Tyler Ward.
Just working with Verenkamp at the moment as the Colts get replacement players into position. Still touches to work with here in this set. Brian gets it down. Brown, nice ball slapped across from Ward and Verenkamp. And a snatch at it.
Pass was forward, but as you say, it's got momentum now with the Colts. Just over 5 minutes left to go, down by 1. They need to lift here. As you said, intensity for both teams has lifted as well.
And that's a good run there from Jordan Bell. No, they picked it off again. This time it's Jonte. He might have the legs to go the whole way. No, he doesn't. Jordan comes back at him. And they can just keep cool here as the troops get onto the park. Hennessy's back out there. Glacken came on. David Sen's making his way out to the left link position. Well, can they level it up here in this set? The Colts, Hennessy's short ball. They go phase play, just getting it away. They're going to say it's a penalty here to Country Club.
Early off the line there, I think that defender he struck early on phase play looked to be onside, but Zach Jenrick is closer than us. Another opportunity now for the Colts.
Short side, Jonte takes an early look. And there's hands on heads here in front of us in the Colts box.
Referee happy with that inside defender, was onside. It's Hennessy now, cool as you like. Receives the ball back. Phase play again. Oh, it's a bit messy there in the middle as Courtney takes the ball.
Well, if they gave the penalty for the last one, they had to give it for that one. And probably not a bad penalty. It's not a great look when you're seeing a decent shove in the back, but from a Colts perspective, that's not a bad penalty to give away. They could get their defensive line set again.
Absolutely. A chance to reset. As the Rebels now go along. Oh, that's just too easy. Referee. Oh, no, we're going to come back, I think. The pass is forward.
Wow, this is a big moment.
Colts defenders throwing the arms up. Referees agree. I think Matt Lavery on the sideline is giving some advice.
Yeah, they're pretty confident straight away, the referees, but it'd be interesting to see if there is a replay for that. 'Cause just defense just completely lapsed there for the Colts. It was a huge hole rolling through. And a bit of fortune going in the favour of the Colts. Not too much on offer on the back end of that set. So now, 3 minutes to go. As Pearce sings it across to Jacob Madden. Rebels in front by 1. They got 1 foot into the door of another grand final. Redlands sitting at home, waiting to see who's going to take them on in the big dance tomorrow night. As Eddie goes to Lupton. And Lupton can't connect up. Just over, under 2.5 now. They're going to have to strike pretty soon, the Colts.
Yeah, they'll get a handful of more opportunities. But they want their key players, Hennessy, Sen. Oh, flat pass there. Oh, it's just been called the ball down. As the Rebels reset, they'll love this opportunity just to get their hands on the ball, complete a full set and leave it down on the 7.
Under 2 now. Time starting to become a factor for Country Club. They'll definitely get another couple of possessions. Now Madden playing it in the 7. Oh, Verencam has taken it.
3 intercepts in about 3 minutes. What's going on? That's the chance they needed now, the Colts. I think Hennessy will stay on for the rest of the game.
And someone's got to go forward. They need to get down the other end. Hennessy to Brown. Still making changes here, Country Club. They've got players going in all over the place. At the moment, Hennessy loops it over the top and it's not there. So just over 60 seconds. They'll take every second off the clock they can here, the Rebels. So important. They got to at least complete this set and get down the other end.
No penalties. Oh. No penalties.
Oh, that really hurts. And that might be the game. The Rebels look like they're going to make their way through to another grand final. Grand final replay from 2024. They went down to Redlands last year in an epic grand final. Went to extra time.
One of the best games of touch I've ever seen. And that's going to do it.
There's your icing on the cake. One of these superstar players, Jackson Streeter. He's had a game tonight. And he gets his second try here to seal the deal for the Rebels.
Yeah, just wrong-footed. That middle player who's looking for support was not to be.
And Hennessy sends it across, and the ball hits the deck, and the UQ Rebels have progressed through to the Men's Premier Grand Final.
Really good season from both teams. Well, obviously the Rebels have got their shot tomorrow, but good season from the Colts. Just unable to capitalise and finish it off tonight.
Referees, please raise your hand to indicate the drop-off is required.
As we take a look at the try scorers tonight, Butler getting a double for the Colts, as did Streeter and James Courtney. 2 big tries from Courtney in the second half. And it set up the victory for UQ. 6 tries to 4 in the end. And the Colts.
1 minute till the start of the drop-off.
Just a little bit of better finishing, I think, was the ultimate factor there. Just dropped too many balls, Colts, particularly in that second half.
Yeah, unfortunately they go loss in the finals and out the back door again here in 25. But the Rebels will take on Redlands tomorrow night. We now turn our attention to the Women's Premier, and we've got Redlands taking on the Southern Storm. Stay with us, it's coming up.
Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation, and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Sill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try, and it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.
Complete.
Well, we turn our attention now to the women's Premier prelim final. Redlands taking on the Southern Storm. We just had a slight delay. We had a game going into extra time out on one of the backfields, but it is game time now as we take a look at the lineup for tonight for Redlands. They went down against the UQ Rebels last Friday night in the grand final qualifier. Chloe Nicola comes back into the lineup tonight after missing last week's match due to illness. Strong outfit. They finished second after the regular season, and it's been a great season for them. They want to go one better tonight and have another crack at the Rebels tomorrow.
Yeah, one of the interesting stories in this game is the Nicola sisters, Charlie and Chloe. This is their first season with Redlands. They both came up in the juniors with the Southern Storm, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to defend the two sisters tonight.
As we take a look at the Storm lineup for tonight, made mention a little earlier tonight, big bounce back for them last week, beating the Country Club Colts. They came into the finals losing their previous 3 matches. Big win for them last week. 6-2 was the final score to get through to tonight's prelim. They missed Taylor Sykes tonight, who's been a real leader for them throughout the season. And these two teams have come up against each other on a couple of occasions this year. Redlands have got the wood over the Storm in both of those matches. They beat them on both encounters. 4-1 in round 4. A tighter contest in round 9. 4-3 was the score. Rain has stopped now here at Whites Hill. Still very wet conditions. They haven't got the rain to contend with. Who's going to make it through to the grand final to take on the UQ Rebels tomorrow night?
Meg Muir is going to sweep here, that little splitter play. She goes long to the wing to field. Nicely covered there in the end.
So Redlands with one more to make. There's a late switch. They close down the set. And blown off the park last week, particularly in the first half against the Rebels. They really set the tone early. They'll be looking for a faster start tonight.
I think they're a better team than that, Redlands. Yeah, they just had a few missed opportunities last week.
Here's My. She was missing last week as well. Comes into the lineup. One of the leaders of this team is Notley. Tries to skip across. First touch of the footy, though, ends in a completed set for Redlands. As Muir looks to connect. Emma Sykes skipping across. Stevens goes with her to make the touch shy of the halfway line.
Slightly disjointed this set from the Storm. Didn't get their subs on in an efficient manner.
So Neville picks up and Notley just hangs on her shoulder and waits for the onside call from Jordan Randall. Great experience and backing of speed there, Tess Notley.
Perfect defence, wasn't it? Just held off and made the touch when she was onside. That's a lesson for all young touch players out there.
A good punch coming out of the box, but it was the last touch of the set, and it's going to be a penalty here for the over the mark. Signalled by referee Freshwater. 3 referees tonight. Jordan Randall, as mentioned earlier. We've got Zoe Jenrick on our broadcast side of the field. 3 very experienced referees here for the prelim final. That was a risky ball over the top there from Lily Neal. And contact was made as the ball was being thrown. So Redlands are going to get the tap.
She was just trying to hold that up until her teammate got onside. Marginal, but definitely forward pass. Great position now for Redlands.
So Pride plays it. Nicola releases. Comes around on the sweep. And the penalty is going to be given for the contact.
Yeah, she just got pushed off the ball, slowing down the play of the ball, according to referee Jenrick, and fair enough.
And Nicola plays offside. And yeah, you could see even the contact was made in the field of play, so definitely not getting it back to the line to make the touch. Redlands, they get the first try here on the board.
This is really sharp work from Chloe Nicola. She knew this defender was offside the whole way. Dumped just on the 7, just tracked back.
It was actually Charlie.
Sorry, Charlie, yeah, 2 metres offside, that defender.
So better start tonight here from Redlands, as mentioned. They get the first try on the board. Let's see how the Storm respond. Switch in play a little bit clunky. As Archer, yeah, comes across and it flows off the next play as well. A little bit jittery for the Storm to start this finals match as Redlands go away from their box. They've only got the 2 players to work with here in Susie and Rasmussen. Now they get the troops out onto the park. Now the switch as Mai gets it down, coming to the last. Notley, nice ball, and the baton goes about 37 metres forward.
We saw quite a few of those in the men's game, and none of them really stuck. And conditions tonight make it really difficult to get that baton pass away. They want a clean set here as they get their subs on. The Storm, it's Jenna Rousel, strong touch. This is a better set now, nice metres too from the Storm.
And Hillman just showing and going. And now Sykes, oh, there was lucky they got hands on it there. Redlands. Neville coming through a nice little short ball off the hip.
Yeah, defender puts the hands up, good honesty there from Redlands, and will give the Storm an opportunity now.
Hillman, no, early in the touch count. They weren't there. So Redlands will play it a couple of metres in front of their 7-metre line as Notley goes down on the first.
The brains trust in the Storm box here, discussing tactics. Head coach David Crace and also Wayne Grant down here following the action.
Yeah, nice coaching battle tonight. Adam Pride and Jordan Dart on the far side of the field for Redlands. And then you got the Australian Women's Open coach and Renee Murphy and the Queensland Women's Open coach Alicia Thuard sitting at home watching this one tonight, waiting to see who they're going to take on tomorrow. So all 3 remaining teams led by quality coaches, and performances are shining out on the field here at the Metro Cup this year. Good set though from the Storm, punching well downfield. Redlands restart. Miller Fildes gets good purchase there on the first. And the ball is rolling around there and Freshwater's all over it. Storm get the footy back on the 10-metre line of Redlands.
They need to take full advantage of this turnover now, the Storm.
And Neil, I should say, just dancing around.
I want to get a nice set up here at the line with Meg Muir. One of the shortlisted nominees for the Queensland Women's Open Touch Player of the Year, Meg. And her counterpart, Kim Susi, is in the same position, both going for that award.
So last touch here for the Southern Storm. Muir, this stops. Susi's there to make the touch as the pass was being thrown. So Redlands get the tap and restart. In front by 1 at the moment. Now Nicola, good metres. Mai straight and hard into the line as well. They got all their numbers. Nicola, ball out in front to Sipple.
Nice set, good intent and drive into the line there from Redlands. They won't be too upset with that. They left the ball right on the 7. It's going to be hard work now for the Storm to get into an attacking position.
Here's Rousel over the halfway line. Flat ball from half. Neville straight and hard. Hillman follows suit. They've got no half in place. It's the last touch of the set though for the Southern Storm.
I think they lost the count there.
Sipple from half goes to Mai. Fildes and takes the touch over the halfway line.
She wasn't happy about it either.
And Johnston now down on the last. Stevens on the wraparound. Ball out in front. And it hits the deck as they look to link up with Rasmussen down the left-hand side of the field. Hillman on the release to Neil. Better release and exit here as Rousel dummies. Holds on to the footy, gets it down. Now the changes come on for the Storm with Reid, Chadburn, Releasing, Forbes, ball out in front. Good footy here from the Storm. They put the brakes on and send it back in towards the midfield. Forbes gets herself in from half, goes to Chadburn. She wants another look in from half. Forbes picks up and goes again. Ball out in front, and Redlands hold their nerve nicely, defending their line.
Touch and pass, but one of the better opportunities there for the Storm in this game. They've just really struggled to get down into that 7 metre zone to be able to strike, and that was a really good, a good opportunity. That's something they can build on.
Oh yeah, and big cries from forward from the Storm. The referees continue to play on at the moment. Now it's Glacken, gets away. Susi has to stretch to get in from half, gives an early release, and that's the last touch of the set. Nice battle now between these two teams. Halfway through the first 20. And now they're a bit isolated. That had to have gone forward.
Ooh.
And play on.
Refs are happy. It's tough down at ground level just sometimes to get that angle if you're not in position.
And referees just kind of making a change at the same time as well, so probably a little bit deeper and sitting in the defensive line. Unless you see it clearly, you can't give it. It's all well and good for us to call it from up here.
Yeah, they don't quite have the same depth perspective, unfortunately, as Files now.
No harm, no foul in the end. Redlands get the footy back around that halfway line.
Not happy with that touch again.
And they're trying to work Muir around at the moment.
Nice recovery there from Meg Muir.
And you had to come back and Notley. That's one person you don't want to see. There's a bit of open space in front. Notley this time feeds it from half. There's Nicola, goes across. And they try to sing it back on the inside to Bella Files.
That last pass went forward, I think, was the call. And they find themselves once again working out of their 7 metre zone here, the Storm.
Nice ball from Sykes. And Muir just trucks it forward. Neal follows suit. I like the intent of some of their ball running tonight, the Storm. They're putting the head down and trying to do the hard work. Redlands are following suit as well. This has just been up and down the park over the last 5 or so minutes.
Getting into the grind, a little bit grindy. No addition to the score for quite some time. Next try scorer is going to be pretty key, I think.
Files links up with Chloe Nicola. As Mai gets it down over the halfway line. Now Johnston. Charlie Nicola skips off that left foot. Rips it out in front.
Right idea there from Nicola, just a little bit too ambitious. Didn't quite have the spacing or the timing right. She's always dangerous in attack, particularly down on the line in that 7 metre zone.
Neal still getting away from them, picking up valuable metres. Now Forbes trucking the Storm towards the halfway line. They roll over into Redlands territory now as Chadburn gets it down coming into the last. Forbes looping ball and a beautiful ball though. Oh. And Emma Sykes came from absolutely nowhere to take that one. And the Storm hit back to get on the board.
This is beautifully done. I thought there was a touch here at the end for all money. But that winger swipes it thin air. Storm level up now, 1-1. They'll take great confidence out of that. You could hear the box go up in unison when they scored. Plenty of chat now. Momentum lifter.
Little flash of lightning up above, which is good to see. We thought we were done with all the Storms. We might have to have another little look at the radar. It's very... Brisbane like to get some roll through, and then another couple a few hours later as Notley gets clipped on the boot. And they'll take their time here, the Storm. As Forbes retrieves the ball from the car park.
They must feel like they've spent half of their evening working their way off the 7 metre line, the Storm.
Yeah, it's been heavy work. And again, still in tricky conditions if you are just tuning in.
Nice
where the
meters.
footy earlier on tonight is the Southern Storm pick up huge meters down their sideline with Laura Field.
Here comes Muir. She hasn't had much of a chance to do her signature punish move so far in this game.
Looking to set up for it now, potentially. She's on the move. And then hold up momentarily as Neil. Beautiful
lovely
short ball. The Southern Storm go back-to-back tries, and they're in front for the first time in the game.
Against the run of play here. What a lovely ball. Just picks up, little quick survey, just opens, and that's a nice line too. How good for the Storm. They're going to be happy. They're up 2-1 in this preliminary final now.
And Jenna Rousel scoring the try. What I liked about that one is that they were shaping up again to link up with Muir around that sweep. It didn't come off for them, and they just went on to another option. Summed up beautifully there from Lily Neal. Great ball playing, good hole from Rousel. Storm go back to back. Now Stevens gets a short ball off the deck. Susie diving in at the line. And Archer's there to make the touch. They know how important this set here is in defence. The Southern Storm. As Glacken rips it across. And Files goes to flick on the wraparound. And Stevens. And that ball was rolling around a little bit from the Storm as they play on. And get it down their sideline straight away on the first touch as Muir snatches at it, holds on to it. The Redlands are smelling a little bit of blood in the water though here defensively. The Storm continue in this set. And no contact made on Neville. They come back and close it out now. And they're going to get an early penalty. Players called offside there from the Southern Storm.
Some confusion, I think, as to who was offside there in the middle. Hands going up. Again, not the worst penalty. That'll allow them to reset their defensive line.
Johnston makes her way onto the field. Couple of changes here for Redlands. Johnson working with Charlie Nicola in the middle. She's pointing and directing at there, and she's earned her team the penalty. She knew it was coming.
Charlie pointing out the offside defenders, just giving some assistance to the referee.
Here she goes.
Too easy.
Yeah, slicing in between. And off that repeat from the penalty, Charlie Nicola scores her second and locks us back up again.
Yeah, you can see them setting up for this. And just the hole, just the gap opened up. Defenders dragged too wide. And you've seen her score a million tries like that before, Charlie Nicola, and probably a few more to come as well.
So a nice hit back from Redlands to lock us back up. Nicola scoring both tries. And for the Muddies tonight. Now Sykes splits in. They go phase play. She's got a beautiful left to right. And that is a quality response. Emily Coyne goes over untouched. Good footy there from the Storm.
Yeah, that's nice sharp work there from the Storm. Again, phase play seems to be working for them. Ball goes down. It's a lovely, lovely long ball. Emily Coyne happily receives that on the wing. Game starting to open up a bit now.
And we're starting to get a few points roll through. Storm scoring their third try. A good hit back after Redlands got on the board on the previous set. Storm hit them straight back. Notley shaping to come back in towards Nicola. No option there. And Notley called offside. Sykes decides to kick and finds it. Coyne, who just scored one just a few moments ago. My having to come across. Coyne puts the brakes on. Comes back to Chadburn. Now Rousel, show and go. And start to the set here for the Storm. Muir down, takes him on again. Notley looks like she might have been a step short. Freshwater says all good.
Yeah, onside for the touch. Chadburn coming off now. She's been one of their better players tonight. Real live wire.
It's the last touch of the set. And now close it out. So just over a minute and a half to go. Redlands are going to have to go the distance here in this set. They want a chance to get down the other end. Notley releases to Mai. Chloe Nicola, good meters, getting them over the halfway line. Blacken getting the feet moving. Susie picks up and goes to Bella Files, who flicks it back on the inside. And Archer had a snatch at that, and it's a repeat set. Oh, you can see her.
She's not happy with herself.
Just had to let that ball hit the deck. It was going to hit the deck anyway.
Yeah, I don't think there was a chance of her grabbing that cleanly as the touch is made. But it's just an player's instinct to reach out for that ball.
This is a big set for both teams. Redlands looking to lock up the scoring going into the halftime break. And the Storm here, if they can hold them out, they'll get a big lift from this. And coming into the second 20, the ball hits the deck. So they tick that box, the Storm. They need a set completion here. A bit of contact. Nicola just coming in and using a little bit too much of the body. Russell. We'll be looking for the hooter. Here the Storm. There's Neil. Looked like she may have gone a step or two over. And continue to play on. As Forbes sends it across. And the ball hits the deck and the hooter sounds in the background. And a very entertaining first 20 minutes sees the Storm go into the break by one. This is a tight contest.
That'll do us for the first half. Highly absorbing contest, just like our previous men's game. Storm got a slight edge here, but I think this is going to be another close one, Scotty.
So 20 minutes left in this game to see who's going to progress through to the Women's Premier Grand Final tomorrow night against the UQ Rebels. It's the Storm in front at the moment, and they currently lead 3-2.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation, and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Sill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try. And it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.
We're at the halftime break here in the Women's Premier Prelim Final. Grand Final spot on the line in tomorrow night's grand final against the UQ Rebels. Redlands down by 1 at the moment as we have a look at their box. Southern Storm 3-2. They lead, 20 minutes to play to see who's going to make it through to the big dance tomorrow. You'll see both the grand finals coming up live and free on KO Sport and Sky Sports Next as well. Women's Premier will get underway 6:30 local time here in Brisbane. That'll be followed by the Men's Premier. Redlands taking on the UQ Rebels, who progressed earlier tonight by beating the Country Club Colts by 2 tries. That match you'll see at 7:30. As Redlands all hands in and to come out. They started the first half pretty well. The first team to get on the board, but a great hit back from the Storm. They found their feet and they got into that first 20 minutes pretty well, and they lead coming into the second.
20 minutes left in the season for one of these teams. We just saw down here with the Storm, the senior players and coaching staff just getting their messages out, some specific technical stuff too. So let's see what they've got in store for us in the second half.
And for the Storm, it's another grand final on the line. They've been in the last 3 Metro Cup grand finals, unfortunately losing all 3 of those to who? UQ Rebels, who sit at home waiting to see if they're going to match up with them again tomorrow night. For Redlands, this new look outfit this year, and it's been a great season for them. They led up until about the halfway point of the competition. They drew with the UQ Rebels earlier in the season. Things didn't go their way against them last Friday night. They find themselves down by 1 at the moment. That is definitely not enough to chalk up a victory here for the Storm. This really sets up a very intriguing second 20 minutes.
Yeah, 1 try is not enough breathing room in the game of touch. It's a funny game. Anything can happen, even in a short space of time. Let's see how they go.
And Redlands get the opening tap here in the second half. Can they strike early? It's Notley working with Mai in the middle at the moment. Now Nicola, he scored their 2 tries in the first half. And throws the release there coming into the last as Notley tries to skip away. And Muir makes another diving touch to get the footy back here for the Storm. They go forward. And they're on their sideline already as Archer gets it down. Sykes with a try assist in the first half. Neville was good. And picking up meters for her team. She'll get them going forward again. A little bit disjointed coming in towards the back end. And Sykes decides to hold it. Probably the right option and the only option in the end that she had. But they finish it down on the 7-metre line of Redlands.
Redlands did really well to hold up the Storm attack. Just on that 4th touch, just slowed them down, enabling themselves to get set for that last one.
Really working hard to get meters and going forward. They're flat as the changes come onto the park. Glacken will just get them going forward. Working in towards the back end of the set now is the experience of Glacken and Susie. Sammy did a great job. Susie has to hurdle over her. Glacken back to her feet now. All of a sudden, Redlands have got the numbers and they'll thread it through to score.
Unbelievable stuff here from Redlands. There was absolutely nothing on, and they've managed to isolate, and it's a nice drive. Park just opened up. Emily Coyne shutting in here, left in 2 minds. Wow, nice early strike here from Redlands to level it up in our women's preliminary final.
That was unbelievable. Sammy Glacken as well. She was the one that kicked away and got them on the front foot. She found herself down on the grass. And Kimmy had to jump over the top of her, then she was back up on the feet to take that ball, send it across. They got the overlap, and they get the try off the back of it as well. And the ball hits the deck. There's a few grounds from the Storm supporters. They thought it might have been opening up there for them. And a better start to their set this time around. It's funny how just off the back of a try, that just gives them a little bit more spark. They really struggled in that previous set prior to the back end of it. It's the last touch for them now, and the ball just goes away behind Nicola.
Looking promising in that set too before that error. The Redlands just really need to put it all together. Oh, unlucky there's Laura Field. Puts the ball down, which lands in one of our sideline puddles here.
Now, you can't quite see it on camera, but there is fair dinkum the Brisbane River running down the sideline. We'll see if we can get it for you. Look at that. Who's going in there? What is... God knows what's hiding up underneath that. And they managed to go into the The Creek can go and get the footy. Like we said, if we're tuning in, storms rolling through this afternoon. Quite a bit of rain dumped. You wouldn't know it looking at the conditions at the moment. And up nice and early, and they get the offside call.
Thought there was a chance for a play through there, but the referees decided an onside player has made the touch. Redlands won't complain too much. Fresh set, heading into their line. Little chess game happening out here now.
And Charlie goes to Kayla. Nothing yet for Redlands. My again. Now Notley this time sweeps. Has a look, kicks, ball out in front. And off the fingertips.
Unlucky not to stick the pass, but there was also offside defenders in the middle. I'd like to see them maybe just drive into the line, take their chances that way.
The meters on the second touch there from Archer. Sykes follows suit. Now Hillman releases to Neville, who gives it to Rousel. Now Neville picks up. Hillman found a little bit of space. It's the last touch for them. And Neville skipping, and they'll finish it off in the middle of the field. Redlands now start their set nicely. Notley gets good meters as well. Stevens comes onto the park.
This is better from Redlands. Might set up for Files here. No, go the other way.
It's going to be a touch and pass. Glacken thought the Storm players might have been a step or two short. And Rousel called for the ball. He gave it to the skipper. As Reed gets it down. Greeny follows suit. It's Chadburn. There's nothing there. The score's locked up here in the Women's Premier and Prelim Final. The UQ Rebels await tonight's winner. Johnston. Now Pride. As Chloe Nicola gets in. A bit of footwork coming into the line. Sipple, tough ball to take. Looked like she was trying to cut back in field.
Cheering every defensive stop here. The Storm.
You can see the whole sub box here pointing at the Redlands player, saying it came off her foot. Freshwater disagrees. And Redlands get the footy back on a loose ball. Who knows, maybe it did come off a Redlands foot and it was the old footy gods just squaring things up.
Yeah, they'll maybe see that as a little square up. Redlands, Meg Muir wasn't too happy, but they've got the ball back now. Good attacking opportunity for Storm. It's Muir sweeps. Offside players. Oh, and she's just lost it prior to the line.
Yeah, you can
wow, good opportunity.
Again, slippery conditions. She was just looking to burrow the head. You could see she was looking to get down low. And as she was doing that, the ball just slipped out of the hands. Sipple, tough run. Now Notley straight into the line. There's no half in place here for Redlands. My has to scramble to get across. In the end, they'll concede their set down their sideline.
It's not too early to call for a drop-off, is it?
It's got that feeling, doesn't it?
Nice meters from Natasha Day. As Rousel sweeps on again. Good intent, momentum here from the Storm.
Ball just tipping away at the bootlaces. Hoffmeyer was coming in there to make the touch if they did. Wrap their hands around at the Storm. They start on their 7. Files, releases. My trucks it forward as Chloe Nicola comes onto the field. Sister Charlie's out there as well. Into half she goes. Chloe receives it back out in front. Charlie tries the footwork. Hillman's there to make the touch.
Not enough touches in hand to work with there, Nicola's. Oh, that's lovely meters again. Kai Hillman's been one of their best tonight for the Storm. The number 7. There's Hannah Forbes now. She'll pick up from half here on the last. Dig into that line. Nice long ball.
That's a great long ball. Hannah Forbes puts it on an absolute platter. As the Southern Storm hit back and go back in front on the board.
Former UQ Rebels player Hannah Forbes. This is lovely. Dumped on the 7. Picks up long ball. Winger wide open. Emily Coyne with that right knee, right leg strapped up. Has no effect this time as she plants the ball to score. Storm retake the lead.
Second try to Coyne as well for tonight. Halfway through the second half. One try apiece here in the second 20 as Johnston throws a couple of dummies. It's the last touch of the set.
Great defensive touch again by Forbes. Referee Freshwater's got the late pass.
Yeah, we're squeezing through. Late pass is the call.
And they'll go 10 more metres. Not returning the ball. Every little thing helps in a game like this. Storm with the edge on the scoreboard, and we've got a couple of penalties as well.
And Sykes goes out to Forbes. Set that last try up. She'll come over and take a breather now as the Storm makes some changes. Oh, loose. Great hands there from Muir to reel it in. Now Neal picks up and goes. And sends it out in front to Coyne. And they make the touch. Ball went backwards.
Nice place to leave the ball though. Right down on that 7 metres. Redland's going to have to work now to get any sort of field position in this set.
My. Gets away from Muir. Sends it back on the inside nicely to Notley. Chloe Nicola gets herself into half, comes back to my mind. This will be the last touch of this set. Nice set up here. Nicola looking for that offside and will get it. A smart play there from Chloe Nicola. Must have heard the call.
Players were short too. They look to be short live. Can't really complain about that one. Smart play from Nicola.
Now Notley to Charlie Nicola, and they go short side. Charlie comes off the right foot.
Referee's happy.
He likes it. And the Storm don't like the call.
Wow.
And they might have had a couple of words here. Referee Freshwater hasn't blown the try as of yet. It will be forthcoming, don't worry about that. He's just confirming that now with the Southern Storm players. As we take a look at the replay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the... Yeah, that defender's offside. I think that's what the complaint was about. Never made the line. So, another twist to this game. Try scorer Charlie Nicola. She's getting quite active now in this second half. She could be an X factor here.
Oh, active's right worth 3 tries. 3 out of the 4 tries for Redlands tonight. And come off the back of Charlie Nicola. Storm now with Forbes, who was an early release. Came off the fingertips there of Izzy Reid. Now Redlands up and about again.
Just like the men's game, this one's shaping up for a really good finish. And just like the men's game, the intensity is lifting now from both teams.
Penalty here to Redlands. Another repeat set. 6 touches to work with. Scores locked here in the women's Prem. This game is on a knife edge at the moment. The team's fighting to get the final grand final spot for tomorrow night's Big GF as Stevens.
Nice
Has
touch.
a good look.
Nice.
Hillman on the inside.
Yeah, Hillman again in number 7, right on the spot for that touch. Been one of their better defenders.
Johnston down. Pride picks up. Comes back in. The hole was there. And the pass just coming out of the hands forward. And take a look at the replay. There was a huge hole here, just out in front. Ooh, is that a missed opportunity? Is that a big moment in this semi-final?
Looking for that ninja play. Didn't come off this time. Will they go for it again?
Now coming into the last, Sykes can't hit the target.
This is where you want your key players to really step up. And it is going to be Muir, Sykes, and the senior players from the Storm, and Kim Soo-si for Redlands.
Here's Johnston. Charlie Nicola has to go back to the mark. Now My getting away from Chadburn. She comes back to make the touch. Nicola, good ball, was off the fingertips. They're going to get a repeat set. Well, they can't take a trick at the moment here, the Southern Storm.
Touched in flight there, the initial infringement. They'll take it any way they can get it, Redlands.
Ooh, this is a big set. This just has a big feeling about it. Still plenty of time on the clock. And the score's locked. Nicola again has another go. This time they're there. And Greeny makes the touch.
Thought he was pointing to the spot there, Randall, for a second.
Charlie this time steps out, gives it back to My, who leaps it over the top. There's space to work with and they kick away. The touch has been made. It's a massive touch from Tash Day.
Great touch from Natasha Day, right on the boot. How good, was that a match saver?
And Vandermeer caught in possession.
Well, they survived. They just hang on there, the Storm. They'll need safe hands here to get to their substitution box, get some fresh players on.
As we see this replay out in space, it looked like she kicked away and it just clipping that left boot.
I think that's a fair enough penalty too there. Player needs that space to be able to get the ball down. She didn't beat it to the bend, so the Storm will take full advantage now with Muir in the middle.
Works with Archer, who releases. Forbes gets it down just outside that 7. Muir! It was a big dive early and Files just gets across to make the touch.
What a touch. Couple of try-saving touches both ways here.
And Neil links up with Tash Day. Redlands get across. They got work to do if they want to get to their box. And they're shifting early. And they do get over to their box side. Did pick up too many metres on the first, but now they got to follow suit. And they had to hold up the ball there momentarily, and now they got to come back towards the mark. So they're a little bit flat here in this set, Redlands. And again, having to come back to the mark and play it. As Glacken decides to kick away and give them some space to work with. Ball out in front. And it bounces down on the green stuff. 3.5 to go.
3.5 to go, as you say, Scotty. Who's going to crack first here? Both teams have had opportunities. They've both had nice setups. Who's going to score?
And a nice kick away into the middle. And they link up with Coyne. Through Reed as Hillman. And a little look up to see if there was offside players from Redlands. Not forthcoming here. Reed, ball out in front. Nicola, that's Chloe. Kicking away. Neville, very quick.
Oh. Well, she just stopped on a run there, Nicola, waiting for those support troops to arrive. Nice intercept. Let's see how Redlands can shape up now. They've still got touches in hand here.
Oh, it's there again. And who else? Charlie Nicola has scored her 4th try of this game with 2.5 to go to put Redlands in front.
She's put her stamp on this game now, Charlie Nicola. This could be a match-winning performance here. Just a simple punish. Players offside, gets down low for the slide. How good for Redlands. They'll take a lot of confidence out of that with just a few minutes left in this game.
What a performance it's been here in the prelim from Charlie Nicola. She's carrying her team on her back tonight. Didn't get too many opportunities last Friday night against UQ. And she's lifting the Muddies potentially into a grand final. Still a stack of time to go. We're just under 2. And now Muir. No, she's lost it over the line.
Oh, missed opportunity here. Meg Muir, it's just bounced. It's just popped out of her hand just before it goes over the line, and she knows it too. Well spotted by referee Randall, but they've got a fresh set now.
They've got the footy back here, the Southern Storm. Now, under a minute and a half to go. Forbes, who's been great for them tonight, decides to come out on field. We'll come back and play it on the 7-metre line. Forbes again, Muir and Archer just getting in each other's way there. They reset. Muir down again. Archer have to scramble for it. They've got all their numbers out here, but nothing doing. The Storm will give the footy back to Redlands. 50 seconds left to go. They have to hold the footy here, the Muddies. A completed set is needed.
Looking for the overmark. Storm not to be. Just got to hang on to it here, leave the ball down the other end. And they'll just have to absorb a couple of touches at the back end of this game.
My straight coming to the last. Nicola sends it across. Had a little look.
Okay, 20 seconds.
It's going to take something special here from the Storm. Someone's got to go forward first. 15 seconds now. Forbes. Muir. And they're probably not going to have enough time to make changes.
Someone's got a scoop here.
And Neil. This is it.
Last touch coming
Does
up.
the hooter go?
No, that's it.
Yes, it does.
That's
before
it.
the final play. And Redlands have scraped through and defeated the Southern Storm by 1 try to make it through to tomorrow night's grand final. What a game.
Absolutely fantastic game of touch. Charlie, Nicola, the difference in that game for Redlands, 4 tries. Scott, as you say, was the match winner tonight.
So Redlands will get another crack as we take a look at those try scorers. What a performance from Charlie Nicola. 4 tries tonight. Talia Rasmussen getting the other try for Redlands. Sykes Rousel and 2 tries to Emily Coyne. Just not quite enough from the Southern Storm, but what a performance it was from them. They pushed Redlands right to the very death. But we do get the 2 top teams make their way through to the grand final, and Redlands will be looking for a much better performance tomorrow night going into the GF.
Just felt just that little bit short tonight, the Storm. They had their opportunities, but unfortunately were unable to finish it off and make it to the grand final.
So make sure you stay with us. If you can't be here tomorrow night at the games, the grand finals here at the Metro Cup, make sure you're tuning in on KO Sport and Sky Sports. 6:30 Women's Premier match. UQ Rebels taking on Redlands. It's a Redlands double in the Premiers. The men's will take on the UQ Rebels as well in the men's Premier final. That'll be at 7:30. It's a Rebels-Redlands double in the Premier Division Grand Finals here at the Metro Cup this season. 6:30 the Women's Premier, followed by the men's at 7:30. KO Sport and Sky Sports next. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Don't miss it.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation, and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Hill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try, and it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.